I'll shut up.
Good job.
Good job, he says.
We're gonna be late, son. We already are late, man. I don't know where to go.
Here's the ashtray.
Where the fuck am I supposed to park, bro? Over here where all these cars are parked.
We're right put it back in that seat area, please.
Looks like they're parking up there. Unless it's all
I don't
full.
see it.
Damn, I thought we'd be the only motherfuckers here.
I know, there's fucking people coming in and everything.
Okay, they're parking way back here in the field.
There's spots right over there.
Where?
I don't fucking know.
The fucking grass is where I'm about to go.
Sounds good. Let's get our asses in there. Okay. I'm gonna join you on the fucking grass. Okay, I'm leaving my purse and everything out here because I don't need nothing. Oh, I guess I might need my phone for the tickets.
Alrighty. Here we go. This is great.
Blame it on you.
Haha, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I took my glasses off for now so I could
Look, I just want to pull this look at 10 pounds of pasta. You only walk that fast.
I know, right?
Fuck. Like 20 pounds of bread. I need sick, I don't know why.
What's up, everybody? We out here. Oh shit. That's dope. Thank you, man.
So I need you to scooch in and fill in all the seats. Y'all have to be nice and cozy with one another in this front room, okay? Bartlett? Okay, come on down. We're going to start down here in this room. I need you guys to sit on the right side of the room. Dallas? Come on down here. Sit on the right side of the room. Okay, sit on the right side of the room for me. Is it Baja?
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. So cool. What up, mandarin grower?
This is what happened in the press, right? The press is over.
Here, you guys can scoot over. One more if you want.
Oh. Scoot down.
I think he was trying to save this room.
There's already someone sitting there, so I guess we're good.
I see what you're saying.
I'm saying it.
Let's go, Kevin.
I know what I'm saying. This is taking me inside of the room, so it's in the restroom.
Let me know how the reception is, honey.
What?
Everybody's good. Everybody's filling in seats. This is what I'd like to see. You're all cozy.
Let me get cozy.
Yeah. Okay, it's just me.
Looks fine. Thanks, homie. Appreciate you. I had to ask how the reception is. This is a live stream. We'll see how many people actually come through. It is Saturday night, right? Yeah. We'll see. You guys want to say hi? What's up? Kurt Bernie, Angry Road 420. This is the other side of homies.
Remember, guys, I
Right
need you
behind us,
to
too.
go all
And the
chairs.
homies right behind us. Hey. What's going on, everybody? They brought me here for my birthday. It's pretty awesome. This is the Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri. What's up, Tasha? How you doing, lady? Yeah, we got a full house in here. Reserved. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll have to do guys, if there's any seats in between parties, I need y'all to scooch and get cozy.
You bite me, I'm sorry. You bite me, I'm sorry.
She's pimping that shit, homie. She pimping over here. Alright, let's watch.
Alright guys, welcome to Pythian Castle. Let me guess, you guys are going to be my rowdy bunch, because you're my late 9 o'clock bunch, right?
Oh yeah!
Much. 6 o'clock group quiet, 7, 8 o'clock group quiet. Now I get my late people, I know how y'all
Thanks,
are.
Sir Jacob.
That's okay. Has anybody been here before?
Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome back. Did anything happen?
Yes.
Would you like to share with the group?
I will. We'll get to it. Yeah. So we came here on New Year's, and when we were up in the last room, the kids' room, I have a video where she was grabbed, I was grabbed, and we have, it looks kind of like a roughly child size shape, that kind of like face that kind of fades, because it's one of those where the camera, we were turning to see what was behind us.
Yeah.
And you can see it right at her when she's going, something's happening, basically.
I can confirm it didn't look like me going like this.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
There's like nobody else on the video. There was nobody else next to her. We all had like distance between us.
Okay.
And so,
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Well, welcome back, guys. Luckily for you guys, you're not all going to be together the entire night. We're all going to split you up. Because taking 78 of you all into the steam tunnel at one time is no fun. Yes, we have a steam tunnel. You guys haven't been here before. You can go into it. I'm not going. I've been there, I've done that. So I've been here almost 5 years, and I came here during an overnight investigation. So we do public overnight investigations about 4 times a year. You can also rent out the castle for your own private investigation if you want. Bring all your friends. Don't go hunting by yourselves. Y'all think that's fun, but when you're downstairs in the basement, there's only 2 of you, and it's pitch black. Not always so much fun. So anyway, my girlfriends are here, and we were down by our steam tunnel. We didn't want to go inside. When we get down there, you guys might see why. It's a long, dark tunnel. We were just standing there minding our own business, looking down the tunnel. And the room you have to pass through to get to the steam tunnel is called the boiler room. There's no boiler room. There's a bunch of steam pipes running along the wall. We're minding our own business, and then something bangs on the pipes. So when you come to do investigations, one of the first rules they tell you is, don't run. We broke rule number 1. Don't run. We ran. They had a video camera in one room that caught us running and screaming into it. Come to find out later, there was a gentleman at the end of the steam tunnel who also had a video camera. And we watched his little section there of just that. And when we went back and watched it, he said, Mr. Boots, this guy in the tunnel, we call him Mr. Boots. He said, Mr. Boots, will you go up and scare the women at the entrance of the tunnel? About 10 to 15 seconds later, you hear the bangs on the pipes, you hear us screaming, you hear us run out. So he's an intelligent type of spirit. We have intelligent spirits here. We have residual type of energy, which is kind of like on a playback, like on a loop. And then we have, I guess you could say like the poltergeist type activity, the noisy stuff, where you hear doors slam shut, things will be moved, those types of things. Now, do I think we have anything back here, demons, any of that mumbo jumbo? No, because I wouldn't be here if I thought we did. If you saw us on Ghost Adventures, Zach said we had a demon running around the building. No. Do we have a couple of temperamental, cranky spirits? Yes. Sometimes I think we wear out our welcome and they want us to leave. So, like when you guys are down in the steam tunnel tonight, one of the things people mention is they feel like they're being ushered out. Like somebody wants them out of the building or out of the tunnel. And our tunnel is a dead end, so keep that in mind. Whoever is the first person in, you're the last one out. That might sound like a whole lot of fun until it's you. And maybe not so much. But keep that in mind later on tonight. Few things about the castle before we get into too much more paranormal stuff. For some of you that hate ghost stuff, you're going to get a lot of history stuff too. It's important. The castle turned 108 on June 1st, so she has been around just a little bit. She was built by the Knights of Pythias, which is a fraternal order, so like the Masons, Oddfellows, Shriners, it's all male, kind of secretive type of organization. And a lot of folks think they built this as a lodge. It wasn't a lodge, it was basically a retirement home. When you come in and you look at the very tippy top of the castle, it says Pythian Home of Missouri. So this is where all their elderly members came to live out their days. That's why we had over 100 deaths here in the building just when the Pythians had it. Their children could also stay here. So if your dad was a knight and dad died, and you needed to have some place to stay as a child, you could come here and stay. This is the girls' dormitory that we're starting in. All the little girls who were fathered by a knight, they had nowhere else to go, they'd come and stay here. Now occasionally on tours we will hear giggling. If we're going to hear it, it will start in this room and it will follow us through the rest of the building. I haven't heard it yet tonight, but we've also had a lot of people. So, but that's not to say fine. Now during the military years, a lot of things changed. Military came in and saw the building. They saw this huge plot of land, which was farmland, and they decided they wanted it for the war effort. So they came in and told the Pythians, you have 30 days to leave. We're going to give you 50 cents on the dollar for what everything is worth. And they kicked out a bunch of old folks and children. land from here to Evangeline University became O'Reilly General Hospital. They catered to burn victims. The castle itself became home to officers. If you had surgery next door, this is an area you could come recuperate, relax. They had USO dances, they had a lot of entertainment here. But when there's wartime, there's also prisoners. So we had prisoners of war sent here. We had German, Italian, and Japanese POWs. Some of them were housed downstairs in the basement. We do have cells you guys can go into once we get down there. Some of them were kept in the building back behind this one, which we'll talk about a little bit later as well. So, I'm going to play a video for you real quick. I'll speak more about it. We'll show you all some pictures, and then we will get ready to go through the castle.
The castle was built by the Knights of Pythias, an all-white male fraternal order established after the Civil War. They built impressive structures to attract members. At its peak, they had thousands of lodges around the United States. This castle was not built as a lodge to their members. It was built as a perk to their members, a life insurance policy. If any of the men of this order died prematurely, his children could be cared for in this castle. Elder members of the order and their spouses could spend out their senior years here. This could be their retirement home. It was originally called the Pythian Home of Missouri.
In 1942, the U.S. government purchased the castle by order of immediate possession. They decided this was the block they were going to build O'Reilly General Hospital, a military hospital treating men wounded from World War II, specializing in burn victims. No medical treatments took place here. It was for officers and entertainment. They had big bands, USO dances, pool tables, and bowling alleys. They called it the Service Club.
Later in the war, the castle held Japanese, German, and Italian prisoners sent to this base. After the war, the military continued using the castle as a reserve training facility up until 1980, and it leased the facility to a regional organization called OCAC that provides services to low-income families.
The castle was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places in 2009. It is currently privately owned and open to the public for all kinds of public and private functions.
The current owners did not know it was haunted. They found out the hard way.
It began with voices in the lobby, followed by bumping into masses that quickly dissipated. Shortly after some of these unexplainable incidences, workers from the OCAC era stopped by. After a brief introduction, they said,
"So, have you met the ghosts?"
Apparently, the castle has been haunted long before the current ownership. Now, anyone who's been here for any length of time has had an experience.
For security purposes, there is always somebody at the castle.
My ghost story started when the owner called me and asked if I would mind babysitting the castle. The 40,000 square foot castle, all to myself. Yes, please. Because quite frankly, how often does someone get asked to babysit a castle? The ghosts are going to tell you things that they think you need to know. To which I thought, okay. She said, no, seriously. She's heard her name screamed in her sleep. She's been told ill or need a phone call. She said, they're going to tell you things they think you need to know, and they're going to be playing about it. So I went to sleep that very first night upstairs in a room we call the Blue Room. Keep in mind, this is a 40,000 square foot castle, 55 rooms. It's huge. So I was asleep in the bed in the Blue Room. I don't sleep very well. And all of a sudden, I feel a hand on my arm, and it shakes me awake. I look over, and it's one of the owners standing there. Except, keep in mind, they're not here. They're on a float trip outside of the state. And she looks down at me and says, "Get out. Get out. The dog is on the roof. You have to get the dog off the roof." I thought, she's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And I told her that. And it's that one I actually did wake up. She disappeared. And I walked over to the window, pulled the curtain back, and sure enough, the dog was on the roof of the back door. I couldn't get down. So I had to go downstairs in the middle of the night and grab her and went down. Now the next night, would you believe it, I really didn't want to be here by myself, so I had to call my cousin Triana. So she comes over, we're sitting in the ballroom playing Texas Hold'em, which I had to remind her how to play. She's never played 21. That's okay. And we're playing cards, and then of course the noises start that you hear when you're by yourself in this building. You hear doors open and shut, you hear it sounds like great big wooden crates being shoved across the floor in the basement. She's getting nervous about this. And I say, come on, it's okay. It happens all the time. Get used to a big old building. It sounds going to happen. It happens a second time. And then, I say, just come on. Ignore it. Then go away. No sooner did I say that than from across the threshold, the door in the ballroom, we hear, now, I dropped my cards. She started crying. I'm telling you, I may have teared up just a dab too. And she took it out here like a bolt of lightning. But the weird thing is, about 3 weeks later, we had some people from a local paranormal group come out and conduct an investigation. And I was walking their medium through the building. And we just crossed the threshold of that door when she just tensed up. And she looked over at me and said, there's a little boy here. There's a little boy here and all he wants to do is play a game. And no one will play with him. And at that moment, I shot back to about 3 weeks earlier in the ballroom when we were playing cards. And I say, just ignore it. It'll go away. There were 3 other people who heard you in this building.
Built for orphans and the elderly and occupied by the U.S. military for 50 years, many with emotional ties to the castle. It's not surprising spirits linger, drawing amateur and professional paranormal enthusiasts to the castle.
Enjoy your visit.
Good old Zach. You know, I can't be mad at those adventure though, because boy, they bring in a lot of people to see their show. But I would take their show with a grain of salt. Shooting of the ghost shows on YouTube. Apparently, that's a big thing for ghost shows now. Overnight Channel's been here. Paranormal Files has been here. BuzzFeed's been
I love
here.
that channel.
That's ridiculous episodes. Not that funny. But we encourage you guys to take photos as you go through here tonight. Flash, no flash, whatever you guys want to do. We do recommend you take the burst shots where you take a whole bunch of pictures in a row. Because if you only take one photo, you might happen to miss something that's going through the room. Orbs are probably one of the most common things people catch here. Some people think orbs are a spirit, a ball of energy. Other people say it's a lens flare, it's dust, it's a bug. Whatever you want to go with, that's totally fine. But you can catch whatever these things are here. This is in the front sitting room where the fireplace is. And this is downstairs in the dungeon. So once we get down there, if you guys want to sit in the chair, snap some photos, you might catch one zipping around next to you. Now I did mention our steam tunnel. The gentleman who took this photo, he was the first one in. Justin, he was the last one out. You turned around, snapped the photo, and he was like, oh, I didn't get anything.
No shit.
Oh, but he did get something. That is cool. It's my friend that's hanging out in the tunnel. Now, people have seen him.
Her friend.
If he's down there and you see him, he will be very large and he will take up the whole back end of the tunnel. If he is hanging out down there tonight, he is the one that sometimes feel like people say they're feeling like they're being ushered out of an area. He's one that will do that. He's not going to hurt anybody, but he has a very big presence down there. This is up in our theater. So the theater's kind of been a hot spot recently. She was caught upstairs. She's also been seeing ladies the hallway leading to your bathroom. She's also been down there. And then we also have our shadows. And I don't know what this says about me as a person, but I tend to see the shadows more than anything whole stairs building, as far as actually seeing things. Shadow people are really creepy. If you do happen to see them, they're not going to hurt you, but they are here. And that was taken in the basement. It's in the
Wow.
This is upstairs outside of the owner's wing. So the owners do live here. Their living quarters are right above us, but this is taken upstairs. I had about 8 people on my tour when this was taken, so nobody was in front of us. Let's do this one backwards. This was taken Halloween a couple of years ago. And it's kind of hard to see, but this woman on the right above her head, you see like a little swishy thing. I have such technical terms for my things are swishy. It's a swishy. And then, y'all know what I'm talking about. And then the swishy has moved in front of Todd, who is talking. And I've had a lot of folks mention how it almost looks like they're wearing stripes, like black and white stripes, something maybe a prisoner would have worn way back in the day. So a lot of people speculate whether or not that's a prisoner of war that's running around upstairs. That's a good question. I don't know. But then the little swishy, you can barely see it. It's above this guy's head. So that's upstairs in our theater. And then the most recent photo in the theater was caught in April. Who sees it?
Fuck you. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, it gets worse when you zoom in on it. So, I have had people that say he looks like a mummy. I've had people say he looks like he's like decomposing. But probably the thing that makes the most sense to the time period and things that came here to the castle is someone said he looks like he's been burned. Yeah, the way the mouth is, the way the lips are. It looks like maybe his nose is maybe gone. If that's the case, that makes sense with stuff that was going on in the building if he's around wartime. But he's running around upstairs. He just popped up in April, so he is new. We don't know who he is. We don't know his story.
Oh wow. My dad.
But maybe you guys will run into him once we get upstairs to
I love the chat. You guys are awesome.
I felt like I was going to show you all one more thing, and now I don't see it. Oh, here's the last photo I'll show you.
Ooh. It's Smeagol.
Which one of those is not like the other? The little head.
Looks like a rich guy.
I feel like I've had so many people tell me he looks like the bad guy from Harry Potter.
Yes, he does.
I had to Google it because I don't watch Harry Potter. I know, you can judge me all you want. I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I know. I had to Google it, but then once I Googled it, I'm like, okay, I kind of see the resemblance. But this was during an overnight investigation. When you guys come to those, you're here for 8 hours. And you might not know people, but you know faces. And that little face was not an attendee. And that photo was taken at the end of the hallway. We're going to go down here in just a minute. What time is it? Okay.
It's no ghost.
What's the air?
It's just.
It's the air that's stuck. Do you want to try that?
It's not. It's
All right, go check. If you're going to be brave, go check. Go check. Is there anybody behind the door? Oh my God! This is Miss Cindy. If y'all saw Ghost Adventures, Miss Cindy was in Ghost Adventures. I'm sure she hates it when I say that, but I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Are you going backwards or forwards? Oh, I don't care. Backwards. Okay. Go on. Here we go, Miss Cindy. I'm done for if someone touches me. You're done.
All right, here we go.
You want to wait for Ian?
Can you guys just wait 1 second here? I gotta, one of the people that aren't checked in, so I need to figure out if they're here. I took them to the call party, right? The call? Are you here?
What?
Can I just, someone want to check
What?
I'm trying to make sure you're checking.
I didn't do it.
Schaefer. All right. I just Sells. Yeah, I don't know why they're not checking yours. Okay, so just kind of back up.
Oh.
Heinz, Party Heinz.
Pimpin'.
Why did I try to
Be
Hart.
safe. This is really cool.
Okay.
Yes.
And okay. Bartlett should be over here. Bartlett. Bartlett's here. I know they're here. Huh? 7. All right, you're right.
You gotta set it right here. Look. That.
Okay, take it off.
What? What are you trying to do?
I don't know.
No.
Should I take a picture?
There. Now it'll take a picture. Reverse.
6 o'clock. I'm just rolling with it.
They said your name. They did say my name. I'm all like, what did I do? I didn't do it. Thanks, Man Green. Hey, look at who's in chat. That's dope, huh? Sorry. Cheers, lady. Dope. It's all in the hips. Ooh, spooky, scary. Where is he? Oh. Hey there, bro. There's the lovely lady. Ooh, spooky. Scary, spooky. Oh, okay. I seen this in the video. What up, Lyric? Here, let me show you guys what it looks like really quick. It's gonna be dark in here. I don't get it. Where's the spooky face? I know, right? May see. Let's look out the window. The view of the Pythian Castle.
So this is the boys' dormitory. You started the evening in the girls' dorm. They put the boys up here far away from the girls if they could get them. But keep kids separated. We call this Petey's room. We call this Petey's room. He's one of the little spirits here. I kind of had my first encounter at the castle here in this room with Petey. First night I was here, October 31st, 10 p.m. Halloween tour. I wanted to do something slightly spooky that day. Found the castle online, had a few empty spots, my brother, cousins, friends. Last room of the night, everybody's leaving. I went to take a picture of that empty corner. And as I snapped my picture, from right in front of me, this little boy said, "Hi!" Happy kid voice, really loud. It was startling. There was no kid in front of me, nobody there. No kids on the tour anywhere near the castle. About 10 other people in the room with me at the time. We all agreed, we heard the same thing. It scared one lady so bad, she ran out the door, we didn't see her. The rest of them ran. I eventually ran downstairs and demanded a job application. I said, the ghost said hi to me, and I said, okay, we'll talk. So to work here, you have to be welcomed by the ghost. They have to let you know, let the owners know that they wouldn't mind having you around. Some tour guides now don't stay very long. Some of us have been here for quite a while. Coming up close to my 8-year anniversary because my sweet little ghost in here. Over the years, I've asked through mediums and through EVPs, Petey, are you one who's said hi to me? And he has always answered yes, so it's pretty certain it was him. So Petey's kind of been not quite as active lately. Another ghost has stepped up named Billy. He's a little bit older than Petey, about 12. And he likes to play with flashlights like Petey does, turn them on and off, dim them, brighten them for you. Very active. He likes to play. I was up here playing tag with him one night with a whole bunch of other adults. It was kind of comical if you didn't know what was going on. We were running around pretending we're running away from a little invisible kid. And at the end of it, we asked him if he had a good time, and he just almost blew up the flashlight. He was so excited that somebody wanted to. So I think there may be more than one boy here that wants to just play a game with somebody.
Does Piggy have snacks?
Piggy, candy. He likes chocolate. Billy's more interactive with the little horse than Petey is. If you put a flashlight on there, you get Billy to go immediately to it and start touching the flashlight to turn it on and off. Yeah, it's a little tiny little, you have to be really good to play on his horse. But this is my favorite because of that experience. Another tour guide years ago, he brought his group in here, lined everybody up on the walls, turn out the lights. He said, if there's a spirit with us tonight and you would like to, please make your presence known. They waited, and they got a response. Boom, 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 explosion noises all around the room. Everybody's looking at each other, trying to figure out what's going on. Where's the sound coming from? People are starting to get scared, ready to run out the room. They look this way, see all these colored lights streaming through on the ceiling and the wall down there. And they look out the front window and see that the Springfield Cardinals finished their ball game and shut off their fireworks. We have a great view of it. I watched them from the roof. That's a pretty awesome view of all that stuff. So 2 weeks later, everybody just cracked up with relief that it wasn't anything too weird. Almost had a tour guide shaped hole in the door that night. 2 weeks later is when Margaret, the medium who introduced us to Petey, was here. She was in here talking to him, asking him questions. He had questions for us. And that tour guide walked in and she said, oh, Petey is so excited to see you. He has something important to tell you. The night the room exploded and filled with colored lights was the funniest thing he had ever seen. Everybody was so scared. And then they were so happy in his room, in his house. And that's when we learned that we are every bit as entertaining to the ghosts as they are to us. They're always watching us. They're watching us right now. They can be judgmental. I wore a pair of pink tennis shoes over here one night. I walked in the front door and I said, what do you guys think of my new shoes? And I heard it, goofy. So they were impressed with my shoes. They told one of the other tour guides she was wound up. She needed to relax. Perhaps she should drink more. That is my second favorite ghost here. So we're going to leave Petey's room. I think I might be out of the theater now. So we're going to go to the theater. We're going to have a seat and listen to some EVPs of our ghost. Say goodnight to Petey, Billy, and the boys when you leave the room.
So they live on the second floor.
Take care, Mark. Cheers. Here's all messed up. Whatever.
We're all gonna go through these doors as they come out those doors. We're gonna sit there in the middle.
Hey, thank you, Mangry. I appreciate you, honey.
How am I going to see it?
It's about to go down in this room. They said, hell yeah.
I hope it goes down, man. Go down up in here.
Tell them that. Tell chat. I hope it goes down.
Goes down in here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Camping that shit. Right? Camping that shit, Court. Fun stuff. You wanna say hi? What up? Hey.
This is one of the oldest movie theaters in Springfield. The Pythian showed black and white silent on Friday nights. The public would dress up in their finest clothes, come over and buy a ticket out there at the booth for a whole nickel and help support the Pythians. If there were empty seats, the old folks, little kids could fill in, and that was a pretty big deal. The kids liked to hang in on the front porch and watch the people come over, because that was kind of their only way of keeping up with the fashions of the days. The kids living here all agreed that it was a good situation to end up in after the death of a parent. Things could have been far worse. But they didn't get more than like one new outfit a year. They had a roof over their head, people to care for them, food, education, what have you. But, you know, early 1900s, kind of a lean time, I guess. So when the kids got to come in and watch a movie, that was a big deal. We did talk to a gentleman who used to come in here as a little boy, and he would come over and watch movies with his folks, until one day he watched Planet of the Apes. And for some reason that movie scared him and he had a nightmare, and his parents cut him off, told him, no more movies for you, little guy. That gentleman was in his 90s when we talked to him. He was still mad at his parents for not letting him come back over here to see movies as a young boy. I thought that was just a really cute story. Now the Pythians also had their church services in here. And because we have the death certificates, we know that there were over 100 deaths during the Pythian years. And they held all those funerals in this room. This is where the military had the USO entertainers like vaudeville acts, comedians. You're not taping this, are you?
I'm sorry?
Or you're not videoing the tour, are you?
Is it
You
not
can do
okay?
little pieces, but we...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we don't want our tour out there, then nobody
Okay.
has a reason to come
No
over.
worries.
Sorry, I would just get in trouble if I didn't ask.
Okay, you're good.
Like the movie stars and starlets, ventriloquists would perform up here. We had Bob Hope, Groucho Marx, Charlie Chaplin,
that level of entertainment here on our stage during the USO tours. We have the weddings up here. We also have holiday parties, things like that. So did she show you the picture of the girl standing in the theater here? So that was like on the inside of this curtain, but it was right where you guys are sitting. You can see her legs in front of that wall. So she was actually standing up in the audience area that night. The POW who walked through in front of Todd passed right through here. And again, nobody saw him. There's no obstructions. Some of the ghosts just show up on film. Some of them you can see with your own eyes if they want you to. The gentleman standing over by the exit door, that was like closer to the door over there. So it's a very active room. It can be kind of dark here sometimes, and I don't mean by the lights. I think probably goes back to all those funerals that were held in this room back in the day. Lots of lingering energy in here. But I'm going to play some EVPs for you. That stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. It's things that are going on around you that you're not aware of because we don't hear those frequencies. The dogs don't even hear it. Now, if a ghost wants you to hear them, they'll make sure you hear them with their own ears, with your own ears in real time. But a lot of times you record and then you go back through recordings later and you're very surprised what was going on around you. The first one I'm going to play is The Angry Man. He's really cranky, that one. Mr. Cranky Pants probably doesn't help his mood. You'll hear him all over the castle.
Good thing about this app is it just goes in the corner.
He's not like the living, and he doesn't want anybody here. But he's kind of one of the gas, I guess. This was recorded on a ghost something. Somebody knocked something over, and he goes in his opinion.
Okay, you heard yourself or you heard I heard Kevin? Oh, that was my fault. That was my
That guy. I'll get you now, got you now, put you down, something like that. You notice the different quality to his voice? Yes, he's very distinctive when he shows up on EVPs.
Okay, you heard yourself or you heard I heard Kevin? Oh, that was my fault. That was my
nobody heard him at the time. That's what makes it an EVP. It's just on everybody's recording that night. The basement. There's the room with the chair. Let's play that one. Doing an EVP session, asking questions. Tell me what name you use.
What is your name?
Somebody give a name? That's what I used to hear all the time. Some people hear Lillian. There's an L. Listen to that last bit. They're actually saying, that's my name. Kind of that echoey quality to the voice, like the angry man. That's what a lot of them come through. Just a little bit in here on a castle answering our questions. We had a lot of interactions with that little one guy who was asking me questions pretty often. And he always has a new experience with that little one there. Let's see the whistle. This is the one we hear most often. Recorded in a voice tone recording on it. No one in the room heard it at the time. The gentleman who got it on his recording.
recording. Rewound his tape as he was going out the door, came running back in. What is this? How did you do this? We didn't need this. Congratulations, you got a really cool EP. You shared it with us. I've heard that same tune with my own ears twice. One afternoon in the castle, me and the owners were here. They were upstairs, I was downstairs. Suddenly I was surrounded by a room full of people having an event. I'm standing there alone, reaching for a doorknob, gonna go into a side room. But it sounded like there were tons of people in the ballroom and right around me. I could hear men and women talking, kids, coughing, laughter, silverware, chairs being like scooted. There was a lady close to me and she was yelling at somebody. Couldn't understand what she was saying, wasn't foreign language, it was just kind of garbled. And then the whistle started. This whole thing lasted close to 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. Back to silence. I ran upstairs and, did you guys hear that? And I was the only one down there, so I was the only one who heard it. I think I was just caught in a residual moment, like maybe a Pythian lunch or dinner was recreating itself, kind of a little warp in time or something. It was like one of the coolest things that I've ever experienced here. Let's do, the other time I heard the whistle was coming up out of the basement with the tour group. It had 17 people like me, we all just stopped in place and listened to it. It was the whole front end half of the castle filled with just that whistle. Super loud that night. And it went on a little bit longer than this one did too. The whistling and the humming, it just sounds like, you know, the saying, whistle while you work. That's what it sounds like to me. Just somebody's going about their day, just whistling. Let's do the ladies' restroom. Yes, ladies' restroom. It would be nice ladies to use before the tour. Tell me what name you hear. Or not name. What is this little girl saying?
It's a little different to I didn't know.
What'd she say? That's interesting. Top two answers. My name's Molly, and I've been naughty. So the guy who says it goes a little different in here is one of the investigators. He was using a GoPro camera. Very clear recording, not all that little background scratching noise. And at the exact same moment, she says, I'm in here already. We don't hear all those syllables on this recording, but it's the exact same moment. We all got this moment. But what we've experienced with our ghosts here is they can manipulate things, recordings, pictures, the way they look. They can make you see or hear what they want you to hear. I think this little girl was just so excited to see everybody coming in there. She just had a lot of stuff out there and somehow manipulated everything. It could also be that we all hear different frequencies. I hear high notes better than I hear low notes. You may hear mid-range. But we'll listen to this again.
It's a little different. I didn't know.
Way less than I'm in here already. But that's the cool part to me. She didn't even wait for us to get in the room and start asking questions. She just started talking. None of us heard it at the time. We were working till midnight to ask for a snack. Everybody started kind of rewinding a little bit, and all of a sudden, everybody in the room got really excited. The ones that were going into that room, oh my gosh, you better hear what I heard. We went back in to try to talk to her again. Recorded, we were in there about another 20 minutes, and didn't get anything more out of her. She just told us everything she wanted to say, and then just fell dormant again. From Petey's room, the guy wanted to say goodnight to Petey. He was in there by himself. The problem is that he didn't hear it, so when he stepped out the door, he turned off his
Good night, Petey. Have a good night. Bye. Good night, Petey. Have a good night. Bye.
We're done.
I hear, like,
Go down.
settle down.
You're done or something.
It kind of sounds like sweetheart, but I think it's not. It's but he got cut off, tipping inward, Vincent's not sure. But I honestly have never heard good night, but most people say they hear good night in there somewhere. Or like settle down and get out.
I'm gonna restart this.
Good night, Petey. Have a good night. Bye.